Hello everyone, Speedrunner 0 to 18 here, and welcome back to the 386 Speedrun Challenge, based on the 386 challenge by Chaotic Meatball, where I try and beat the game as fast as possible with all 386 Pokemon in Pokémon Leafgreen. Last time I did this challenge with Meryl, and he wasn't as good as I thought he'd be, since it did have access to rollout, but its stats were just plain awful. Today we'll be using Togetic, but let's go over the rules first. 1. I can only use my main Pokemon in battle, no exceptions. If my current Pokemon faints, I reset to my last save point. If I don't have a save point, I restart the whole run. The only time I'm allowed to have my main Pokemon faint is to escape the Elite Four to prevent soft locks. 2. Held items and items in battle are allowed for increased strategy. 3. No glitches or manipulations. 4. The run is timed with in-game time. Each Pokemon then after the run will be placed on the leaderboard with their final in-game time to see how they compare against the other Pokemon we've done so far. If you happen to enjoy this series and would like to see more, please hit that like and subscribe button. I release these speedrun challenges every Friday and release other speedruns on other days, so a subscription is very appreciated. Thank you. To start this run off, I replace Bulbasaur with Togetic and fight the rival. Togetic has only Metronome as an attacking move until level 21 for Ancient Power, or until we get TMs. Oh this is gonna make Brock suck. What's stupid is that one of Togetic's level 1 moves is Magical Leaf, but due to Togetic being able to know 5 different moves before level 5, there was no room for Magical Leaf. Anyway, after getting the potion from the clerk, as well as a rat and a bird for HM usage, I go to Viridian Forest. I just go straight to Bugcatcher Sammy. There's basically no strategy for now, we just have to get lucky with Metronome. We do have Charm to make Poison Sting do less damage, so at least we have that. Why can't I have Magical? Anyway, when I get to Brock, I just fight him over and over again until I get a fight where the Metronomes go my way. I do try and use Charm on Geodude so he does less damage with Tackle, but it didn't really help too much. Anyway, I eventually beat him after who knows how many tries. The Route 3 trainers were very difficult to me knowing only Metronome, so I basically have to heal after each battle at the center. On Route 3, I normally fight the second Bugcatcher over the last, since if the last sees you, she blocks you from progressing and you have to leave the route and come back for her to go back where she was. But this time I fight her since she has less Pokemon to kill. After all those trainers, I heal up, get the Person Berry I always get in these runs to help with confusion, and enter Mount Moon. The Rocket fight was pretty lucky winning first try. After him, I went to fight the Super Nerd when I realized I was out of Metronome PP, so I had to leave Mount Moon to heal. I probably should have grabbed that escape rope near the rare candy on the first floor. Nah, I'll get it another time. When I do go back to the Super Nerd, I fight him over and over hoping RNGesus comes to my side for this fight. And then after a while, I finally make it to Coughing, where I die basically right away since I couldn't hit my attacks with Coughing using Smokescreen. After a million more tries, I decided to leave Mount Moon, heal up, and grind near the entrance for some levels. And then on a wild Zubat, I used Metronome, and I used Baton Pass, which forces you to switch. I cannot switch to anyone else in battle, so I had to reset. Son of a... After resetting to my last save point, which was back at the Super Nerd, I continued to try at that fight over and over, but I finally win by using Struggle. Dang, that was an awful fight. You know, this entire run took me 3 hours in real time, and getting here took me 48 minutes. That's about 20% of the time of this whole run just beating this guy. Let's just move on now. When I leave Mount Moon, I teach Mega Kick and Mega Punch to Togetic, heal up, get the Backyard Candy, and fight Rival 2. Not having to rely on Metronome anymore is nice, but Rival 2 is still hard due to Pidgeotto's Sand Attack, but he only took a couple tries. The Route 24 and 25 trainers weren't too difficult. I do teach Ancient Power over Charm when I hit level 21, so that'll be nice to have. After getting the SS ticket, I go back to Cerulean and fight Misty. I just beat her by using Mega Kick and Punch. After getting to Vermilion City, I go on the SS Sand and fight Rival 3. Having Ancient Power made that stupid Pidgeotto go down in one hit, so no Sand Attack shenanigans from him, at least for now. Before I leave though, I get the TM for Brick Break since Togetic needs a good way to take down rock types since it doesn't have Magical. After leaving the ship, I teach Cut and Dig to the Rat and Brick Break to Togetic over Mega Kick. I go fight Lieutenant Surge afterwards. Being part flying does not make this gym easy. but on the winning attempt I spammed Water Pulse since my other moves were physical and I did not want static activating. This only took a few tries, but Shockwave does a ton of damage. After defeating Surge and getting the bike, I go to Rock Tunnel. Brick Break makes the Geodude, Onix, and Graveler much easier. After getting out and making it to Celadon City, I go to the Rocket Hideout. While down there, I get the PP up I always get in these runs, either to give me extra PP or extra money, whichever I prefer, as well as the Calcium, which I get for the same reasons. I go fight Giovanni. Having all his Pokemon weak to Water Pulse and Brick Break wasn't too helpful for him, but it was for me. After digging out of my hideout, I go to the department store. Besides my usual Super Potions and Super Repels, I also buy 30 X Specials, 9 X Speeds, 11 X Accuracies, which was probably way too freaking many, and 2 Guard Specs. After that, I go get Fly and fly to Lavender Town where I fight Rival 4. His Execute was a troll since it had good defense and kept putting me to sleep, but I do beat him after a couple of tries. After drowning the Marowak back to hell, I rescue Mr. Fuji and fly to Celadon City where I bike to I may have forgotten the T. I bike to Saffron City and get the TM for Psychic, which I teach to Togetic over Ancient Power. After that, I go into Silphco and fight Rival 5. I won't bother going into detail on how this fight went, but I just kept getting killed by Pidgeot, his Gyarados, and a couple of times by Charizard, so I decided to leave him for now and go down to Fuchsia City. After getting the Gold Teeth, Double Team, and the HM for Surf, I go fight Koga. I use 1 X Speed, 2 X Specials, and 2 X Accuracies to cancel the Smokescreen and spam Psychic. Easy peasy. After getting Strength, I fly to Celadon City and go fight Erica. I got this fight in just one try. All her Pokemon died to Psychic, but her Vileplume was a 2-hit kill. I didn't even use any X items. Nice. After defeating Erica, I go back to see Rival 5 again. I'm a much higher level, so this fight should be a bit better. Nope. After a few attempts, I realized I was near out of healing items which I need to defeat Rival 5, so I went to the Saffron Mart for some Hyper Potions and came back and tried again. What I did on the winning attempt was use an X Speed, 2 X Specials, and kill everything with Psychic and Water Pulse. I used Brick Break on Alakazam for some reason. I don't know why I didn't just use Water Pulse with my buffed up special attack stat. It probably could have done more damage, but whatever. After getting Lapras for Strength and Surf, I go fight Giovanni. His poison types go down to Psychic, Rhyhorn to Water Pulse, and Kangaskhan goes down to Brick Break. The reason I'm paralyzed is due to the rival's Execute and I was out of Paralyze heals. I didn't want to leave Silphco to heal, so this fight took me a few tries due to paralysis. After defeating him and making Silphco file their 4th insurance claim, I heal up and go fight Sabrina. I use 1 X Speed, 1 X Accuracy due to Kadabra's Kinesis, and 4 X Specials. I spam Water Pulse on all of her Pokemon in one first try. After leaving the gym, I fly to Pallet Town and surf down to Cinnabar Island and enter the mansion. After getting the Carbos, I always get down in here either for extra speed or money for healing items at the Elite Four, as well as the secret key I dig out and go fight Blaine. I spam Water Pulse on Growlithe to kill it, set up some X Specials on Ponyta, and kill everything with Water Pulse. The reason I didn't set up on Growlithe is because he knows Roar, which forces me to switch as well as reset. After rejecting Bill's 4th time for an island date, I fly to Viridian City and go fight Giovanni. I use a Guard Spec to protect me from Scary Face, and after setting up 1 X Speed and 2 X Specials, I kill everything with Water Pulse and Psychic. Now, only 6 trainers left. Just before defeating Rival 6, I actually flew to Celadon City to get more X Speeds and X Specials, as well as a couple of X Accuracies and Guard Specs. I also buy Hyper Beam and taught it over Suicune. I figured it'd be helpful in getting rid of Alakazam quicker. On Rival 6, on my winning attempt, I use a Guard Spec to prevent Feather Dance from lowering my attack, 1 X Speed and 4 X Specials. I kill everyone with Psychic and Water Pulse, but I kill the Alakazam with Hyper Beam. I guess it was helpful after all. I'm pretty sure a Water Pulse after 4 X Specials would not have killed it in one hit. I'm glad I got this move. When I was going through Victory Road, I used the move tutor to teach Double Edge over Hyper Beam since I didn't like the thought of waiting a turn after using it, so I basically wasted $7,500 for 1 Hyper Beam. Oh well. When I get to the Elite Four, I deposit my HM users, buy full restores, which wasn't a lot since I bought Hyper Beam, and prepare to enter the Elite Four. Let's do this shit! On Lorelei, I died over and over on Dewgong with Ice Beam, so I teach double team over Brick and fought Lorelei over and over again. I just couldn't win no matter what I did, so I decided to grind in Victory Road for a bit of levels. No need for the bikers. At least for now. After grinding to level 55, I go back into the Elite Four. On Lorelei, I use 6 double teams, an X speed, 3 X specials, and kill everything with Psychic and Water Pulse. On Bruno, I use a guard spec to prevent speed reduction with Rock Tomb, 1 X speed, 3 X specials, and kill the Onyx with Water Pulse and the fighting types with Psychic. On Agatha, I use Psychic to kill the first Gengar immediately since I don't want to deal with its double team, and on Golbat, I set up some of my own double teams, 1 X speed and 3 X specials, and kill everything with Psychic. On Lance, I set up some double teams, some X speeds and X specials, and spam Psychic on all of his Pokemon. Is this going to be a regular thing, Dragonite? Anyway, a few attempts later, I was able to defeat Lance. Now, one fight left. On the champion, I realized I was out of full restores again, like I was on Meryl. I just couldn't progress any further without healing items since Pidgeot does a lot of damage to me. After a lot of failed attempts, I just white out and leave the league. I get my HM users back and I get the Versus Seeker and go fight the bikers on Route 16 for experience. At least I have Psychic, their poison and fighting types should go down pretty easily. So I just grind away and just get more levels, as well as money to replace the X items and full restores I used on the 4 successful fights. After grinding to level 64, I go fight Lorelei over and over, and then I ended up realizing I forgot to buy more X items, so I reset, get my HM users back, do some grinding since I spent all my money on full restores, buy the X items this time, and go back to the league. I'm just gonna skip straight to the champion fight since the Elite Four was basically the exact same as before. Except for Lance. I could have easily beat him, but then I realized I didn't replace those ethers and elixirs I used up on the Elite Four and I couldn't recover power points. So I went to a couple random places to get some PP restoring items, as well as grind for more money to replace the X items and full restores again. This is so f***ing stupid. After getting to level 70, I enter the Elite Four again, all prepared this time. I'll just skip straight to the champion fight. On the winning champion fight, I use 6 X specials, 2 X speeds, 1 guard spec to prevent sand attacks, 1 X accuracy, and kill everything with Water Pulse and Psychic. The Alakazam ended up dying in one hit with Water Pulse, so no need for Double Edge. I basically never used that move once, so I wasted my time getting it though. Togetic was so brutal at the start since I had to deal with Metronome, and it didn't have Magical Leaf, and I honestly believe if it had Magical Leaf, and I had grinded for more full restores before fighting the Elite Four the first time, I could have gotten a way faster time, but it doesn't matter. I speedran Pokémon Leafgreen with Togetic, with a final in-game time of 9 hours and 6 minutes. This puts Togetic second place on the leaderboards, as well as being second place for all Stage 2 Pokemon I've done so far. There was no way I could have beaten Celio's time, but I think Togetic could have done better, but oh well, I'll just have to do better on the next Pokemon. It looks like our next Pokemon is Wobbuffet. That's all I got for you. If you happen to like this type of content and would like to see more, please subscribe to the channel. I will be releasing a 386 speedrun challenge every Friday on my channel, as well as speedrunning content every Monday and Wednesday, so please subscribe and follow my socials if you enjoy that kind of stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next speedrun.